Guess who's back? Oh no, frame rate. Morning, peeps. Althir! Skål! So, as we're starting to move into, you know, like making the actual game, I've noticed a couple of things. First thing being that where things spawn matters a lot. I was already like thinking I would do I would base my levels in ProcGen, like have a seed and like modify the levels as needed from that, like decorate them, do that. But just start with a ProcGen seed that looks alright, so that I can do daily challenges later without it looking too weird. But when I've been trying hard to like find a seed for this level where the balls spawn in the right position. Oh, you haven't? It's all right. You don't have to check in every day. But anyway, so I still want to be able to do a lot of things procedurally. I want to use procedurality as a base, but I'm gonna need a better way of doing the spawns for example, the things here. Being a nurse is rough and hard work. Absolutely, yeah. So like that's one thing. The other part is we were playing this level and I moved a single thing and it just entirely changed. So I really want things to be like a bit more locked down. So for example, this spawns in a weird way now because I've changed the way I didn't on some other level put some code in that made things not spawn where the player spawns, but that took away the starting spawn position, and you know that pushed the seed like off by one, and then everything is different. So I need something where I can lock down all of these different things into some kind of level format. And I think the easiest way to handle it is simply to generate the level and then have some actual sequencing going on with how enemies spawn. And you can like generate the level in the editor, so the level exists, and then you save it as a scene that you just load in, and then I'm thinking like the spawn order. I'll have to figure some data format out for that. But potentially it should be like an in-game editor, so you can just like move around. Maybe it's like numbers with, so they're just like spawn 1, and it's a big 1. You just put it in the level somewhere, and then you have right next to the 1 some kind of icon for which enemy should spawn there. The way the sequencing works right now is like this. So it's a text file that just sets up like, this is how big I want the level to be, this is the seed I want it to be, here is where the pickups should spawn, and it sets up the seed for that, and then we have like an enemy seed. Which is where enemies will spawn, and I need to figure out like I think I would benefit from like if I were to make this level, I generated in the game here. So one way to do it would be to just insert like a number here that says spawn a bubble at spawn point number 5, for example. Spawn a bubble on spawn point number 1, and so on. That would be one way, and then we can just visualize it in the editor. Or we could make it like, get rid of this format, and instead just have game objects that have some sort of data attached to them. What should spawn and where. I guess one idea would be to have each wave as an object, and then in the wave we just have instances of the enemies that should spawn in that wave, and then we just go through the waves. That would be pretty simple to set up. We just like place the enemies where we want them, and then we can show and hide the different things, and then we'll have our level read from that like a basic object. Let's take a look at how much we have diverged. I want to revert like the changes I did to the reticle. That's not done. Or we just take back the things that are I've hid those things. Just do something that's like acceptable for now. Come on. That's 1, 2, 4. Come on. Why do you have to be like this? Okay, that was it. Good enough. And then, I don't know, Alt scroll is the thing, okay? It's sort of a bit much. Gotta open Photoshop, fortunately. I'll do a little change to the reticle. I think it's a little bit too chunky. Let's remove one line of pixels there. No. Go away. But then, let's get on with this thing. Not put too much in there. That's good enough. So now let's just commit what we have so we can get on with it. I don't really care. Bubble and level 1, 0 and yo, nickname. Yeah, I have some things planned for the afternoon, so we'll so I thought, let's get some streaming in. I was slacking off yesterday. Cool. So, okay, we have our level generator here, which contains like the level root and its mirror. I'm thinking, what if we made a copy of the level generator? Boom. And then we call this like level 0. And then we remove the script. The level generator script. Where is it? Detach script, and then we'll have our scenes, and then we'll create a levels, and in there we'll put level 0. Done. Cool. So now we can open level 0. But this doesn't have anything in it. That's odd. What the heck? That was odd. Because this one does have all these things. If we do this. Call it level 0. Ah. So everything disappears when I do that. So I guess it kind of loses these. Okay. So we need a good workflow for this. Should we just make a little I'm thinking like, what if we made a little tool that took the current level and just created and saved a thing? If I just duplicate this, it's gonna be empty, so we gotta regenerate again for it to fill it up. That's why it didn't work. And now we can like pretty sure I wrote in level 0 there, but it changed it to 1. Detach the script. Sure, let's call it level 1. Put it in there. Oh wait, I already had a level 0. Now I have this. And it's just like nothing. What the heck? Why does it do this to me? Oh yeah, I've been sort of there with various things. Nickname. Like, what? Why does it do this? It's only one module? I don't get it. So what if we do this? New scene. We need a workflow here. 3D scene. Call this like level 0. And then we go here, and then we copy these, copy, and paste. And now we get the entirety of the level. Nice. We can save this as level 0. And then we clear out the modules in level generator, and this is still, it's like not linked in some weird way, right? It's just nice and neat. But haven't you seen all the, like, are you using physics to move your character? Because that can be strange with different frame rates. So cool. And do you update it in physics step or in process? Yeah, that's when you get these kinds of problems. I don't know if this is kosher, but I found it to work to just do it's not player, but it's movement, if I can get to that. So in my movement, I have the process function, and then I just do move and slide in there instead of physics. Gotta check who called. Salesperson. No idea. Yeah, so the problem when you're doing it in physics and you have fluttering frame rates is that you'll get problems where sometimes you will display the same physics frame multiple times in a row, and that feels really janky and bad. And there's, like Skyfer says, there's some additional issues around that. So on my computer, I think I got it set to... The game is running on this computer at 240 hertz, I think. By the way, my cat is like... It's not that visible on camera, I guess. My cat has been swapping out her fur. Yeah. So currently level goes through a bunch of things, and there's this thing here. We'll just create a new script for this, I think, that defers to a script that lives on the actual level. That's what I'm thinking. Instead of doing the thing. So ready does process mode always, connects the player died thing. Right. Yeah, that's... The thing is, I guess that that kind of weird thing can happen, especially if you're doing some kind of interpolation. Let's start with creating the data, so we see that that is a workflow that we'd like. So we're gonna end up with these. Like these are the level things. That's fine. What if we added like waves here? It's a node, I think. Actually, it's better if it's a node 3D. I think. And then we'll add like another node 3D for now. We're gonna call it a wave later. Oh, there's like wave 1. And then we'll go find our enemies. So for this level, for example, I want to spawn like 3 bubbles. And I'll just position them somehow. Oh, look at that. That's broken. It's not correct. This is something to look out for. I think I have a bug that I need to fix before we're entering into this. Oh, it's because set height to surface is true. Well, we can live with that. So we got our first bubble enemy. I think the enemy's gonna spawn here. That's also something we probably want to have there. With like the position and the angle of the player spawn is sort of interesting and important. Let's say we want to spawn them in places where it makes sense. Like maybe here on the... We just duplicate them. Put them where we think we want them. The last one could be like, I don't know, behind us or something. Up on the hill here. We also have spawn points which we can, if we wanted to, like snap to. So we want to spawn these on this side and then on the other side. You can spawn them just like that on the other side. But maybe we want to like move this last one. I'm just trying to figure out other things here. It's also like when things should be upside down. It's another thing to keep in mind. But I think I can just hack that into the way we do. So it's a bit annoying to edit the level with looking at it from the upside down. But I do feel like I actually have to hand place these somehow. So we can then like hide that, hide this. And another problem is like hiding these won't actually make them go away, they're just not rendered. And then one wave 3, I will try to get it not there. I want it to be level in. According to my notes, level 3 should have 2. Maybe they should be here. This level is probably a little bit more confusing than it needs to be, because this part and that part is kind of samey looking.
Hi Adam, good morning. Well, I've been getting over the flu, and yesterday I sounded a lot better. I'm just wondering if maybe we should reschedule until after Christmas, but I'm also down to go out there. The song will be a lot lower than what I'm used to. Hello. Yeah, wow. Ooh. But I don't know, maybe it'll perk up. It's just a little... My vocal cords are just a little thick. They're a little heavy right now. But my vocal cords are just a little thick. Just a little heavy. They're just a little heavy.
I'm also using... Hey, Raffin! Thank you for the Prime sub. Heavy. I'm also using Jolt, which might have an impact on these things. So we want to have 2 waves of, or 3 waves of 2, and then we want to do 3 waves of... Let's just do... We can just add later, I guess. Thick, heavy. It's a little bit hard to like visualize where things are gonna spawn. But, okay. These should now be on the top side somehow. Let's put them up there, so... Don't really have a good reason for it, but... What if we did one of those where it's actually like... like this, maybe. So I've been playing a lot of Neon White. I've been doing like a little bit of research, writing down what happens in each level for, I just did the 2 first areas, but it's still like a good reference to see how fast they introduce stuff. I think I'm a little bit colored by that. So now we should be able to have at least the data needed for like doing this level. I don't know. Quite a while at this point. It is the first non-VS Code to-do list thing that has actually stuck with me. It's fast and doesn't have a web UI. Doesn't sync to anything. I think it's good. I just saw they started, they're supporting, they were changing the name of their JSON like canvas format to make it an open standard. Yeah, I really like it. I think it's great. It's got just the amount of features I need. Cool. So we got our waves here. Now we need to create some kind of script that runs through the waves and checks that all of the enemies are dead, more or less. Disables them, runs the what you call it, like the animation, spawn animations and stuff like that. We have a little bit of a problem where, like, we have this quick restart thing. It's kind of based on us not having things spawned in, but they're coming in some other way. But I guess we can do something. I just need something to drink. Be right back. Okay. So we need a script on the level that's gonna read all of these, and either, because I don't really want to remove and reset the level between stuff, so I gotta figure out exactly how to do that. But on boot up, it can create an internal structure that references the enemies that live in there. And then not bother with them. Let's create a new class. We can put it in level, I guess. Is this? I think this is used. But let's create like handcrafted level or pre-made level. It's gonna be a node, actually a node 3D, and then in ready is gonna find the waves it's called like enemy spawn info, and it's gonna have like a reference to the enemy. And in this case, I can just do like referencing the now disabled thing. We can duplicate it, and we can Yeah, so we do like var enemy is an enemy that's gonna be duplicated, and then we got like the since that is in the scene, we already have the position and stuff in there, which in terms means that a wave is simply an array of things. We can do like wave info, and it's just an array of enemies. And then we'll do something like waves root is get or find child waves as node 3D, and then we'll do for wave in waves get children. Wave info is new wave info. Sounds good. For enemy in wave get children. This should be called enemies. Oh, look at that. Wrong font. We don't need as enemy because we already say that there. And then waves append. Yeah, we don't have waves. Just in case, I don't know. Maybe there's a reason. Something like that. So append the wave info to that. And then we'll have a func play where we send in something. Maybe I just need to restart my shit. Is that where? Maybe. Yeah, now it's the right font at least. I guess we can send in the player, because why not? So then we want to like position player. We just do like to do on that one for now. Go through waves spawning enemies. For wave in waves. For enemy source in wave enemies. And we can say wave is just wave info. And enemy source is just enemy. We want to do var enemy is enemy source, but it's not instance, it is duplicate. And we don't really need the positions or anything, we just need to do this. Add child, that sounds good. I'm gonna do the to do spawn animation and stuff. And then at the end of every wave we want to this I already have code for in level, so we can just bite that while... All right. Yeah. Sometimes, like, it's hard to explain, but sometimes, especially if you're moving a camera outside of where you're moving the player, and the camera is kind of following the player, it might look like the player is jumping when it's actually just the camera being a step ahead or a step behind. Yeah. Yeah, just remember to change delta if you're using something else than the built-in parameter. Yeah, it's like a classic problem. It's there in every engine. Let's not bother with. So in this case, it's like you can't end while there's still enemies alive. We want to add like stuff like if you're restarting, stop this and just make sure everything is dead. Hello, Macatap. What's up? I guess we can just do wave dot remove child enemy. Ugh. Will this work? So we remove them, but we can duplicate them and re-add them. Maybe, yeah. Now we'll go in here and just like instead of right, so we control this from the UI. The UI calls like play level or something on something. It does like play level. Let's go to, I think it's in the menu. We just do pause menu, I think, and it's like hiding the pause menu, hiding different things, and then randomizes, and then does different things. Instead we gotta do this, export var levels, and it's gonna be packed scene array, Ah. I'm just gonna go do this. Levels 0 dot instantiate as pre-made level. Add then we want to do like world. Actually, we want to put it inside of something. Oh, right. So we put it inside of the level generator and then run. No, let's just put it in world root, add child level, and then level play. We pass in the player, which we don't have, but we should. Like this. We just hide ourselves and time that unpause if that is a thing. Well, we do that in play, I guess. I want to see if we can do this. It's just test to get going. I think it might work. We'll see. We have a crash. Luckily, it doesn't take that long to restart. I really hope it saved things. No, it forgot all of my waves. Fart gas. I've sort of not made a level or a game with pre-made levels since forever. It's always been PogGen, so I'm maybe coming at this from a little bit of a weird angle. I could see like not having the calling scene as the starting point, but instead like just replace whatever scene I have with the level. Not have the level instantiated inside of another thing, which would make like placing the player easier. But yeah, I don't know. We'll see. We'll get there. Cool. So, what do? We put in some enemies in here. Let's just do 2 now for the sake of it. Let's do like bubble enemy somewhere. Ah, look. Also, it forgot about this. Do setup. No, it is because it's like offset in a weird way. Should be here. And then the other one. Position 0, is that really it? Is the mirror offset? No. Oh well, whatever. Just a little bit annoying. To edit these with in the upside down, so to speak. Save. Please don't crash. Didn't crash. Good. Lift these up now, but hide those previous ones. I don't really have a plan with these. I'm just fool around a little bit. Cool. This is enough for us to test. Save. Over to game. Please don't crash again. So now pause menu has this reference to the player, and then it has at least one scene which is going to be level 0. Then we're going to have to like clear the level generator. We probably want to like hide the module library. Hello, not flatline, what's up? And we probably need to like place the player somehow. But that should work. So let's try it out, I guess. It started working. Okay. I think we're missing some important part here. Where we didn't fade the camera in. Which we used to do. So level play does some things. I guess that we're doing like a weight quantization fade out. Let's do that. Right, we don't have that reference. Pause menu could have it, I guess. We got quantization controller here. That should work, shouldn't it? We don't have to await it. If we don't await it, it'll just run in a separate thread-ish. See if it works. Everything's pretty good. We're seeing early sign. Oh, I think it's maybe just not. Should it be fade in? I don't know what the heck is going on here. Why are you doing this? What's the... I am actually running, it just not visible. Fade in maybe is the right word. We need to unpause for the fade to work. Maybe. Let's try. It's like it didn't fade in. Something is pausing something somewhere. What is that? Is that the main menu pausing everything, or? Oh wait, is this? Huh. Is there something in process? Yeah, this is pausing shit. Don't do that. Maybe I can launch everything from game instead. So why is everything paused? It is not paused. It is... entity effects. For what? We see it's like fade in from quantization controller, pause menu, pre-made level, ready. So this is something that spawned from okay. I don't know why this happens. Because health is not done yet. So I guess it's because I'm removing things from the scene tree in an inopportune place. I don't know. I gotta take a quick bathroom break. I'll be right back. back. Sorry about that. Little intermission there. So my guess is gonna be that entity effects gonna get run for things that are not in it's dumb, but let's try it. So if first frame get ready, first frame is false. With the hope that now it won't like, because ready happens when it's like added to the scene, which it gets. Try this. So something is working, or no, it didn't. So health here, according to this, is just not hooked up, but it is here, so it's like I'm gonna see if it solves it.
Hi, Adam. Good
If we
morning.
don't remove the child.
Well, I've been getting over the flu, and yesterday I sounded a lot better. I'm
And
just
we're just gonna
wondering if maybe we should reschedule until after Christmas, but I'm also down to go out there. I'll just
let's do something like this
a lot lower than
to test.
what I'm used to. Yeah, wow. Ooh.
So those are spawning in, and we have no
I don't know,
more
maybe it'll perk up. It's just a
errors.
little-
I think other things are also
my vocal cords are
here.
just a little thick. They're a little heavy right now.
We're just not seeing them because they're hidden.
But my vocal cords are just a little thick.
We can't exit the game because the pause menu is broken.
Just a little heavy.
Heavy.
Cords are just a little heavy.
So the problem is this, I think. Let's double check. Problem is not that. Okay, so that is not the problem. The problem is the actual, like, stop. The actual instantiation of stuff. So we can't do duplicate. Can we get... scene file path? Or is it like... There are some duplicate flags too that we can do. Don't think this will help. Hello, Monglo, what's up? It works. It sort of works at least. It didn't have the effects working, but I think we did it. I think it worked. Okay, so if we just did duplicate groups, scripts, and signals, it did work. However, entity effects. See if it works if we do this. If it breaks the same way as before. You can see it's like the first frame of the fade in animation is there. But it didn't continue, which is strange. So how does this work? Spawn in comes in here. Ready. It runs spawn in call deferred. So I'll take it. Ready runs. Let's add a little thing to enemy. It's called like spawn or something, and we'll have this signal. Or we just how do we get it to communicate with entity effects? The simplest way to do it is just have a reference to its own entity effects, and then we can just have it do that. I have a sneaking suspicion. Yeah. There's no good reason for doing it now. I thought I could, but the way I want it to work is have my level, which is like a baked version of a procedural level, and then I have my enemies spawned in here in different waves, and then I want to duplicate those enemies so I don't have to reload the entire scene every time I do it. So I build an internal structure that has references to all these, and then I was thinking I'll just duplicate them in. If there was a good way to reference or to get which scene they were instantiated from, I could use that instead. It's just nice to have, you know, like the visual in the scene, so you can see does this fit in this alcove or whatever, rather than having some abstract representation. That worked a little bit better, but I suspect what is happening. Did I? Yeah, you can see sort of this thing here is just that you duplicate something that was sort of running. Wait. Are we having like huge frame rate issues? Or it's just... Oh well, I don't know. Is the first thing spawning underneath too? That's strange. Oh, look at that. That thing disappeared. I probably shot it or something and managed to hit the... Yeah. So, okay. But yeah, can we know where... can we ask YouTube or something? Or a chat GPT? In Godot 4, how do I find the source scene of an object that an object in a scene is instantiated from? It wants me to store it. Okay. We can do that. It's not that big of a deal. We just open up every enemy. And in enemy we just store the source source scene or something as a packed scene, but that's gonna be a cyclical reference. Will this work? Really angry with me. Maybe it'll work. Not blend. Oh, this is dasher. That's not slasher. There it is. Spawners not used, but we'll... just in case. Cool, so now we do have the source scene. Let's do it this way though. And we have like an array of enemy, and those enemies are gonna be removed from the scene. Maybe this should be done in like enter tree or something, so that these things do not get called. Their ready functions do not have time to get called. In which order are enter tree and ready called in Godot 4? not depending on other nodes being ready or available. Ready is called once a node is it and all of its children have entered the scene tree, ensuring the entire subtree starting from the node is ready. Top-down order. Okay. So we probably should use enter tree, right? No. We'll figure it out. So instead of duplicate, we'll do enemy source scene instantiate enemy dot global transform equals enemy source global transform. Maybe. Worked. Cannot call instantiate on a null value. It's right there. I don't get it. I assume this will not work because why would it? It's possible that we can read those. Scene null. Why? Because it's not null here. It is actually whatever it should be. This is more annoying than it needs to be. I feel like. Why is there no? Why is this null? Is it because it's a circular reference? Then why doesn't it tell me that's the problem? So it just doesn't. If I let's try this. What if we actually put another thing in there that is not the same thing? Quick load. Let's do like I don't know, seeker. Then it works. So it is definitely circular references. Hello Seb Sub, what's up? This sucks. So full story is I want to handcraft where I spawn enemies, and I thought I could just put the enemies in and then duplicate them. That didn't work for some reason. I think I can get around it in some way, but it seemed like a better idea to just like have a reference to wherever, whatever the source object is. Like the instanced scene, like this scene is instanced like this. But if I do, it doesn't work. If I use the same, if I use the like the same thing, bubble, it'll just like say what? Now it even didn't. It didn't. Okay. Now it works. Farts. I think I made it. So we tried multiple times before and it didn't work. Not my favorite. och gripna. Yep. That was pretty good for wish lists, but that was a while ago and it just like died down to nothing. We really need to get working on this marketing part of stuff. Ugh. This becomes creates this error, I think. So yeah, now it works. Was it because let's put something else in here, like a seeker enemy. Let's just drop it in there. It's gonna be spawning over here somewhere. So yeah, seeker has the wrong thing. Damn it. I'll remove it, open it up, and then quick load seeker. Now that's the right one. I'm gonna get this in here. Just the test, so. Cannot instantiate on a null value. So I look here, it is actually there. It is linked. But if we look at the output, it's gonna say seeker enemy seen null. It seems like a bug to me. I haven't moved the files. I just set it up like a second ago. The problem is that it's trying to prevent a cyclical reference. Because you could see that it worked when this was the wrong reference to not the same. This scene references itself in itself. And that doesn't work. Even though it doesn't tell me that's the problem. It just comes out as null. And yeah. How do we handle this? I think it's simply like a bug in the engine. The alternative, what we did before, was to, instead of saving the scene, we can save the enemy. And we can do enemy, duplicate, and then we put in all the signals, groups, scripts, signals. Hello, Spruce. So we do that. I think it works, except for what the? So you can see these are sort of existing. You can even shoot them, but they're not faded in properly because that code doesn't run for an unknown reason. So we can do enemy spawn. We were here, and then I was like, oh, let's just do instantiate like Munglo said. So spawn, as I see it, should trigger a signal. We call it spawning. Sure. Now the question is, for entity effects, the way I did it here was to say like get ready, and then I had a first frame that they were but it seemed, I think this happens too early, so it crashed for some reason. No, it actually worked, but it didn't show the fade-in effect. And there's another thing. I think it actually doesn't reference the same meshes. So if we pause, and then we go and look at the remote tree. And then we go to world, and we go to, I think we instantiated level here. Cool. Then we have like, let's say the seeker enemy that lives here. It's gonna have the health effects, and it's gonna have an array of 2. And this says it's an orphan node because it's referencing something that's outside of the tree. It didn't copy the references here when I duplicated the object. Oh, nickname. Get the issue? Yeah, you probably did. So when duplicating, it doesn't like reference the right things even. Does this reference the right health? For example. So an entity references health, which I bet is not the same. If we do like current 219, that is the right health. Okay. But this one does not, so it doesn't. Either it's because it's inside of an array, or it's because of some other. Hey, Spires! Welcome, Raiders! How's your stream? Hope you did something cool. I am having weird technical issues with Godot here. Duplicating object does not work. Okay, have a good one. See ya. Thank you for the raid. Welcome, raiders. We are making a game here called Ocean Mirror, which is a speedrunning game. Let me show you a build. Since the current one is like burked. This game is about, it's looking a bit barren here because it's an older build. Oh, I messed up. But you're supposed to clear these levels fast, which I'm entirely unable of. And then you get a time, and then you compete on leaderboards. Like that. The game currently looks a little bit better than what you just saw. Currently I'm working on trying to, instead of just having everything being, should we call it like fully procedural, it's like a half and half approach where I procedurally generate things and then I copy it into a non-procedural space, and I want to make it so that I can place enemies in these levels in some sort of interesting way, and having some issues with how Godot handles things. So when I'm trying to duplicate objects, but if I duplicate, not everything is duplicated like it should. And I don't know why, but I think it's buggy, to be honest. The other way I want to do it is to like instantiate the scene that these objects are referencing, but I can't do that because if they're referencing themselves, they will that reference is null unless I set it from the scene here, some kind of cyclic reference shielding that triggers when it shouldn't be triggering, I think. So I'm in a weird spot where I can't quite solve this problem in the way that I want to solve it. There's obviously alternatives. I could simply not have the actual references to the enemies in here. We could have something else, like a another object that just references the scene I want to instantiate. And then I'll do some kind of preview to show the mesh how it should look. Probably, I think, what we're gonna do. Otherwise, we could try like solving the problem. I don't think on an engine level, but maybe as like with an add-on that replaces this source scene reference. But I don't know that that's what I want. The main problem I'm having is that I just want to be able to see the enemy when I place them in here. I just went through what the exact issue is. One, this reference here See, now it's not there anymore. So I can set that as a reference. And then is it when I'm? Yeah, now it's not saving that reference because it's like a cyclic reference, but it doesn't tell me. That's the problem. So that's one thing. So instead, if I put them in the scene like this is how I would like to do it. I can set it here for all of these, but then it's easy to forget that, and if I have multiple enemies, it's gonna be quite annoying to do it this way, because here it is saved. Because the scene that's overriding this is not doing that. So that's whatever. So instead, I thought like let's
reschedule until after Christmas.
what you call it? Like
Also down to go out there. I'll just the song.
God damn it. Duplicate. But if I duplicate stuff like this array does not point to the duplicated object, it points to the old object.
I don't know, maybe it'll.
So that's the entirety of the
It's just a little.
the problem.
Chords are just a little thick. They're a little heavy right now.
And it's not trivial to figure out what those references should be or
Just a
anything.
little thick. Just a little heavy. Just a little heavy. The chords are just a little heavy. Just a little heavy.
Now, this doesn't work. But what if we could get scene file path, and then we could do like.
It's just a little. My vocal cords are just a little thick. They're a little heavy right now. Thick. Just a little.
What if that works? What if that works? Yay! Now we don't have any structure around things, but now we have shit that happens at least. Cool. I'm fine with this. This seems to work. Now we're gonna have some problems where these enemies are not upside down where they should be, but we'll figure that out. Hey, what's up? How are you doing today, Matt? My brain goes, is it cat or is it Nat? I think it's Nat.
Unto the place from whence the rivers come.
Oh yeah.
Thither they return again.
Yeah. I see on Twitter. I see on Twitter so many things that I would like to do. I kind of I'm half happy that I'm not going, and I'm half really annoyed that I didn't. Because it seems like a fun time. I don't really want to be at the conference, but meeting all the people would be so much fun. I really feel like I'm a little bit left out. Everyone just planning their shit. But I think it's the right call to not go. It's really expensive. And I'm scared of American stuff. Yeah. Aye. Yeah, exactly. I don't know. Do you have... I guess we would have similar, since I'm in Sweden and you're in Germany, right? Sorry if I'm doxing you, but I think you said it yourself. But like, I think it was around for me and my brother. I wouldn't go alone because I don't know. It wasn't like tens of thousands of dollars. And I don't know if because we didn't like go through the ordering process, but it was like 5,000 to 6,000 or something. Euro/dollars or something, which it's not like incredibly expensive, or like we could have done it. But yeah, I don't know. Right, yeah. Yeah, that seems about right. But from what I was there in 2019. The Tenderloin, isn't that kind of a rough neighborhood? And from what I've heard, it's deteriorated quite a bit from 2019 too. So it's like San Francisco is more expensive and everything is crappier. Who did? Yeah. I actually walked. I lived at, or stayed at, we're called Beck's, I think. Beck's. Beck's Motor Lodge. Which wasn't maybe the... Wait. Wrong. So we're gonna go to Moscone here. It took me... I did walk a couple of the days. So Bex is down here. And I just walked... And it took me like an hour to walk. It's pretty neat. Oh. Where is everything? Here's the tenderloin. Yeah, right. Well, that's how it is. This place was actually okay. I could have, like, 'cause that's the prices I was checking. These streets, I don't remember the names, but they were, maybe I walked like Mission Street or something. Looks like that's roughly the path I took. That felt pretty safe, at least. Yeah. Sometimes it could have been cool to go, but I don't know. Also, my brother has like a tour with his band that kicks off like around there too, so it just didn't fit this year. Let's go, because this broke. Here, I've had some issues. Not. I'm annoyed with the Godot today. I don't know. I probably should check if there's some bugs. Yeah. Very cool. But yeah, there are some weird issues around like cyclical references from a scene, a package scene, into referencing itself. It like looks like it's gonna work and it's not, and then it's just null. So, and then I have some weird issues with like duplication. Not the most streamlined of days. I guess I can show you if you want to clip it or something and send it over. So the thing I'm trying to solve is, and I bet there is like tickets for this already on GitHub. I don't know, but I'm trying to spawn some enemies inside of my level here, and I put them in, and I have some specific requirements that I want to see the enemy, how it's going to look when it's spawned, but I also want to be able to I also want to be able to like quickly restart without having to like reload the entire scene, which may or may not be slow, but it might be in later. So I want to put the enemy in, I want to see where it is, and then I want to like take that out of the tree and then make a copy or instantiate something. So if I make a copy of the object, it's not gonna retain all of the references inside of the object. So for example, I have this thing that just like does a spawning in effect, and it does things where when I hit something it kind of flashes it, and it has these references to objects within the object, and these references that are inside of an array, they reference the object I duplicated from. That's like one of the issues. So I was thinking, okay, let's just put in a reference to the source scene, and I can just instantiate that, and that should work. So I do that. I set a reference here to the source scene, like seeker enemy here, for example, and that's there. I can save it, and if I'm like going back and forth between scenes, that is a reference that exists. But if I close down this scene and reopen it, it lost that reference, so it's not there without saving something. Now I realize it does say this error here, circular reference to resource being saved found. So I guess it did tell me, but I didn't pay attention to this last time. It was probably in this view and I just didn't see it. That's not gonna work. I kind of knew about it, so I was anticipating this would be a problem. Right, so it's not very user-friendly, this thing. So what I was doing is like I got these in here, and it even says that these references exist. Like I could see them, it's just that when I played the game, press play, the references were null. So it's like communicating this thing very weirdly, and I didn't enjoy that process a lot. So the solution for anyone who has the same problem, or solution, but a workaround, is to actually look at the scene file path and loading that instead, and that kind of makes it work. That the same as instantiation from a scene. Yeah, I don't know if I'm making sense. And I would guess that there is someone else who had this problem, and there are things there. Yeah. It's what it is. Cool, thank you so much. All right. So, where were we? We were going to rip out that code that didn't work, just so we don't have to get confused by that again. Whoa. Instantiate on a null value. Why did I... that was what we were working on, getting the reference to... Export var spawn effect packed scene. It's in here. Can't see it. Oh, now I can. I am running, as of yesterday's 4.3. I compiled it with just a tiny change. So I'm very bleeding edge. Wait a second here before we start spawning shit. So it should start spawning. Oh, it crashed. Sometimes it doesn't like go back here. Like I would I would assume it would like take me back to VS Code or to the editor when something stops. But I guess that's the future. It does say cannot call method instantiate on a null value here. From what? Yeah, now now that thing doesn't exist anymore. The old you had an error, so now we're gonna overwrite your scripts in here. So like you can clip the entire stream. Okay, that's unfortunate. That's another problem I've had a few times. No. The problem was simply that when I have an error and I have this is dependent on having VS Code as an external editor. I think I can replicate it too. So let's say I do something like I add this spawn effect packed scene here. I save the scene, and now we're gonna have this empty. I'm gonna press play, and it's even worse if I started from VS Code. But so it starts here, and then it crashes, and then it says cannot call method instantiate on a null value. Oh, okay. So that sucks. So now what happens is that it opens up this, like behind everything, it opens up in the script tag the file that I was editing, and then it tries to show me where the error happened in this and not in this, because I started it in here. And then the version of that file that was open here didn't have this line in it. Let's see if I can actually replicate. I think it was like, for some reason it had opened this before. File looked something like this. It is not saved. And then I changed this and I like save the file, and then I run. It boots up the game, and it's gonna crash because spawn effect is not, so this code wouldn't even be in here. But you saw me add spawn effect here in my file, and then when I pressed run, it actually, because this editor had this file open, it overwrote the thing that I had saved by saving this file, because I pressed play, so it saves all the open files. So now that thing doesn't exist anymore. This happens all the time when you use VS Code as the editor. So I gotta go remove that, and then I gotta go make sure I close that, and then I gotta go in here, set this up, spawn effect. It's part of the reported issue. Okay. But I don't think it's about script overriding. I think it's, well, depending on what you mean. But this is a problem that with integrating VS Code and it saving over my changes. Okay. There we go. Here's my objects. Which side? No, I'm done. I just don't have UI for that in this world. Cool. What time is it? 11:28. Let's have another Coke. Brb. Took you 4 clips. Okay, thank you. Yeah, some of these issues. Oh, by the way, this is a bit annoying, but check this out. We should have done this instead. Where is it? Like a link. So I'm actually multi-streaming to YouTube as well. So the VODs come up on YouTube. And if we could just find the place where we talked about this, You could have done it this way instead. So though this exists as well. So for example, this stream is here. It might have been easier than clips. Yeah, like what I want to do is be involved in the engine on a slightly more like I don't it shouldn't have to go through you is what I'm saying. You're good at guessing timing. So yeah, I'm trying to actually get involved. I've been a little bit involved in some stuff. I wonder, like, as a community, I hope I'm not showing any. It's not too bad. But I've created a PR, but one cool thing that I would like to see from Godot community outreach stuff is like maybe make a really good, and if this exists, just link it, a good video on how to contribute as just someone who wanna contribute by what do you call it? Reporting bugs. And in that video you should show like how can I find if someone else already posted this bug, the thing, or if it's not a bug, it's a request. Same with the PR thing. That would be really useful. And also, yeah, I'm on the Rocket Chat thing, and I don't know. I don't dare go into things, but I know a little bit about how this how this works. But it would be good to have some official like guides for it. So just some ideas. The second part of it is I'm trying to fix. There's one bug that I'm trying to fix myself, and I sort of fixed it. Do we have it here? Maybe. I don't have it. I have to do some stuff off screen. I don't want to show you some stuff because my GitHub, I have access to other things that are not public. I can see my inbox. It's gone. Here. So for example, I'm having this problem. I reported it as a bug, and I'm trying to solve it. It would be nice to have, because I know a little bit about programming, so I could probably fix it. It would be good to have some guides on how can I find more info on certain things? Who can I ask about certain things? Everyone except me is going to GDC. And I did actually get some feedback, and someone else had a thing. I wrote something, but I haven't had time to finish thinking about this. It was a huge lumberyard booth. Nice. Right. Sorry, I'm a bit scatterbrained today, or every day, but maybe doubly so today. Cool. So we got this to work. What we need to do now is hook it up to like the timer and make some scaffold for like how can I load different levels? Can I have like references to the levels somewhere, build a menu out of them, all that stuff. yeah. Okay. Which order do we want to do this in? Because we're kind of restructuring the entire game here. We also want to get reload in there. Let us create a little to-do list for today. We want to get like the timer going. We want to get quick restart going. We want to have menu integration, and we want to have like the current levels question mark. Yeah, I'm sorry. Also, Godot, or not. I'm sorry for for contributing to scattered braindiness by my my things here. Okay, let's think about this. How is everything driven here? So currently, the pause menu. This is the dumbest thing I've ever done, I think, but I don't know what I'm doing really. So the pause menu is what starts out the stuff. We don't really want that. We want the main menu to handle some of this. Yeah. It is gonna be trickier and trickier to handle stuff. So, because I foresee Godot growing quite a bit. Do you have curves? Like, is it accelerating now, or did it kind of peak? Like the interest in the Godot engine? Is it peaking? And if you don't want to share, you don't know. But it would be interesting to see if the peak that came with the Unity stuff has entirely died down, or if it's like started a sort of an exponential curve upwards. My sense is that it's gonna be a bit of a dip, and then we're gonna see the start of a hockey stick. New plateau. Okay. So we need Unreal to do something stupid to to push us further upwards. Yeah. I bet, like, when more games, like, for example, this game, if it does anything on any kind of charts, that were spawned from this, like, in a year's time or so, you're gonna see another, like, updraft from that. Or you can just wait for Unity, or... Yep. I think also the engine is getting better and better, so at some point you'll hit that critical thing, I think. Mobile not being a first-class citizen. Is it though? It's sort of it. I think it is. Cool, let's clean this up. What we want to do here is simply hide and move this somewhere else. Get this out of there. Let's see if we can clean it up by putting things in the main menu instead. And what we had there, the Copilot stuff, that could have been a good idea to just like create the level selector buttons. I think what we should have is probably like a play button, and then that shows up some UI that lists all the levels for now. Sorry, I'm just... too many bolts rolling at the same time. But aren't, like, with 4.21 or whatever, aren't C# working as, for mobile again? Or was it web builds? Maybe I'm confusing the two. Let's just move some code out of the pause menu at least, so we're getting somewhere. C# works in mobile, doesn't work for web yet. Okay. Didn't know VS Code has a last edited info option. Luck guide. I don't know what that means. Is it in... oh, this? It is actually from GitLens, I think, this part. Sometimes it's annoying, sometimes it's useful. Generally, I think I'd rather turn it off, just for speed. Oh yeah, you wouldn't want to switch over now. And to be fair, you might not want to switch over at all. Like, Godot has a certain flavor, I think. Like, there's a lot of things that's really good with it. And there are some things that will make some types of people a bit scared, like with GDScript and some stuff like the problems I had before, where there's just some error somewhere showing, like it feels less safe, feels a bit more like DIY than something like Unity. Haven't run Unreal, but it also has so many cool things going for it. Not least just the fact that it's community driven. Like I can actually go in and I've made changes to the engine that made it better for me. Being part of it is cool. Yeah.
Good morning.
I'm gonna try to
Well, I've been getting
focus
a little
here.
flu
I don't even
yesterday,
have
so
a main menu in here. It just doesn't exist.
Wondering if maybe
It's not
we
this.
should
But I
reschedule till after
must have a
Christmas,
main menu
but
because
I'm also down to go out there. The song will be a lot lower.
because I had a problem with it.
What I'm used to. Yeah, wow. Ooh. But I don't know, maybe it'll perk up. It's just a little, my vocal cords are just a little thick. They're a little heavy right now. But my vocal cords are just a little thick. Just a little.
My shader is running in the editor. Not in this view for some reason. I don't know why it doesn't apply the stuff here. I can probably ask Bastian about it. But it does run here, yes. I can toggle it on and off via some some stuff. A little plugin I wrote.
Yeah, wow. But I don't know, maybe it'll perk up.
Yeah, I'm using like viewports and sub-view ports to do stuff, and I would have, because it works in the game, would have assumed it also used the rendering stuff here. But it might be on my end because I'm actually like taking some whatever. Let's frickin' get going with doing the things we should be doing. So we got the pause menu. It's just somewhere it has to have a main menu, right? Otherwise, I don't understand why. I guess. Now it should be the same as before. Didn't start anything. Why? We never run the... Right, so we need the player. One of these days we're gonna resolder my Y key. Sorry, I'm not keeping up with the the chat right now. Boom. Spawn. Kill. 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 Sounds bad when I say it like that. Cool. Now the question is, do we... Where do we put the logic to... We definitely should have a function play level, and then we do like either level index or get the actual doesn't matter. Now we could like create the UI here to do that, but I think what we should do is like have a separate component that creates the level selection thing, and then the question becomes also like fading in, pausing of the time. I think we should have that inside of the level. We don't have a reference to the quantization controller here. Feels weird that we should pass that, so I'm thinking maybe this should have a reference, like a singleton kind of thing. There is already like a rendering manager. There is not. Okay. This is the old code base. Try again. Could put it in effects. Fade in and fade out, or rendering. Rendering is probably a good idea. Rendering, I assume. Where is rendering? Is that even in there? Is it global? It is. There's a scene, so we can't really use that for reference. We're gonna get some issues with this because it should be able to get this, but maybe we'll survive for now, just so we can get further. Quantization, instance, fade in. It's got to be doing quantization controller instance fade in. I'm not super happy about this. We'll see. Let's see what happens if we do this. We haven't hooked up some other stuff, right? It does seem to work as far as that's. The other part is like, what does the... It's because I don't have that potentially. GD script is looking a lot like Python, I would say. Like, can we pause the game now? Pause? No? Doesn't work? Why? Sort of strange. How does classes work in GDScript? Looks like one of functions. It's sort of a file is a class, and you can say this file extends a control, which is like the 2D buttons and stuff. You can give it a class name. You don't have to. Then, for example, in my remade level, you can actually have classes that are file scoped. I think these are file scoped, but it might also be that these are in existence somewhere else. You guys do class spawn info and it's a class. Yes. So it's really nice. I super like this approach because it removes one indentation level. Yeah, it's kind of OOP, which is not the most fashionable thing right now, but I like it. It maps well to my brain. Let's figure out why. I mean, this should toggle this on and off when I'm pressing the pause button, which is escape. Escape. Press escape. It doesn't show the... It seems to pause. No, it does not. Just drops the... Am I doing something dumb with the... I call hide, but that should still run the... stuff. You can have a second file extend the base class and keep it this scope. Yes. I think that's it. Yes. Dunho with the raid. Welcome raiders. How y'all doing? How y'all doing? We are trying to stay focused, but it's really hard today. Okay, have a good one. Thank you for the raid. Welcome, peeps. We're working on a game called Ocean Mirror, and it's a speedrunning FPS. Challenges with 3D in Godot. Not a fan of the import pipeline. It doesn't work like how I work, so there's some extra steps, but I've made it work. So it's like, I think I can make it feel really good if I just wrote some plugins or something. But for now, it's a bit annoying with, I save a file in Blender, and then I have to, like, for every object that I add that I want to reference as a mesh outside of that, or inside of the file, I have to go into a menu to set its export path, whilst in Unity it would like automatically have all the meshes referenceable. And there's also the fact that it does import those things as files that live, that I check into version control, and then sometimes it just re-imports in the version controlled files. It feels like maybe there should be a better way of doing that. I don't know. I don't understand why the pause menu doesn't work. Oh, level is playing is not happening. So this is something we need to figure out. And to be fair, like, it would be better if the thing that runs, so maybe if the main menu runs the level, that should be what enables the playing of something. Currently the pause menu has reference to like the level. Let's get rid of that. That doesn't exist anymore. It might in the future again, but let's instead do this. Just and we can control that from outside for now. I'll have to have my brain restarted somehow. Well, let's see if we can pause now. Pause. Yay, it works. And I think it also stops things, so it's pretty good. And it can come back. Like, kill these things. I pause. It should. Everything should be paused. Cool. Let's just live with that for a second. So this is gonna handle if we're pressing the restart button. It's a bit annoying because we gotta have like is cancelled. Let's actually type out boo here. So I had some logic for this. So whenever I tell it to play, it's gonna say if is started, is playing. Call this playing. If we are playing, set cancel to true. If is cancelled, rather while is cancelled, and then we just do await exactly like it tells us. So this is like cancel already running level, and this is only for we might want to do this in right, so we go through and we say like if is cancelled break and here not is cancelled and also in here if we're cancelled Break again. So it breaks out of this, puts us here, but that's cancelled already. We're here, and then we can say like clean up. We have some in the previous level script that just removes all the free on cleanup things. And then we say like is playing is false and is cancelled is also false. We probably should start is playing here somewhere. Cool. So what we can do now is hook up process to be like if is playing and we press the restart button, which is 5. We call cancel. Actually, if we are playing, we don't have player in here. I don't like this. We probably should have some other way of referring to this player. But it seems like there's a lot of things that comes from us not having an architecture to this. Cool. Then what? We'll try if we can make the restart work. So we will say when we do quick restart we do play, but we don't do it if we're already waiting for a cancel, which means we might be in this loop. I wonder if there's a race condition if we're like pressing it twice or something. Might be bad. We'll see. So we're in here. We can start killing things. We can press 5 to restart. Did seem to work. 5. It doesn't reset the player position, which is something we want to do. That seems to work. So we have a little bit of time, but my brother is eating something and then he's coming up here and we're gonna do some talking. And I need to eat something too, so I wonder if we can do the position the player. Seems like the quick restart did work. So we're gonna create a marker in here that's just gonna be the player position. Let's put it here. Marker. Player start or something. Gonna put it wherever. Let's have the reference here. Export. Player start. It's a marker 3D. And then we'll do like player global position, or actually global transform is player start global transform. Sounds good. And then we obviously have to assign the thing. So enemy spawn. It didn't capture the mouse like it should, but I think I know how to do that. So then we restart and it just puts us here. It doesn't like fully reset the player, which is something we need to do every time. Player, I think it's called reset. I think we made a thing that reset all the things that are important. So this needs to happen. I guess we can call fade out if we are playing. Oh, let's fade in. That doesn't do anything. Also a bit. In some certain cases it works. So it should be like when we start, it fades out and then it loads the level. No fade out. It only works sometimes. If you're waiting long enough, then it works. But if you're doing it and now I can see we're having some problems where it didn't fully delete the things like it should have. So we're still in Trouble Town. So it's possible that could go in there. I think this is a problem. 'Cause it puts a wet. No, this still does it. what does this do? Does this set start fader? Feels like these are in fade in. Fader is 1. What does that mean? If it's fading out, there's like a double thing here, isn't it? And then it used death fader plus hurt over start fader. So start fader goes towards. Start fader should be fade in is what we should be seeing when we should be seeing things, and fade out something else. Apparently, I didn't set it up with time. It's always 1 second. No, okay, so this is lerping over. It's just not good code. Can't we just not use a tween for this? Well, this should be towards. Why are you so angry about this? It should be called. We don't even need that. You know what? We don't actually need to set that. We can just say we want it to be 1. And then it should be done. Then we want it to be 0. For duration. Fades in, fades out. Okay, I think I reversed the order. Or I want fade out to be go towards not seeing anything. And fade in to be go towards see something. Pre-made will be like go towards fade out here. And go towards fade in here. After it's unpaused, player is positioned. Make a really quick, make sure it's faded out, and then it comes back in. Something like that. There we go. This seems a bit scary. So yeah, it doesn't really work, that's for sure. So the problem is, like, if we're canceling while we are canceling already, I think we get stuck in here. But we're waiting here, so it's like if we're canceling, it'll do the... We're coming here and it's cancelled. We break. What are we doing wrong? While not is cancelled and get tree, get notes in group. Can you do this in Godot? Or in GD script? Needs to be another... No? Can't say I quite understand what the problem is here. Oh, the thing ends there and then the condition is on the outside. Okay, cool. But we're having some trouble here. But it should go like spawn some things. And in here it waits for some things to happen and then it spawns them. Right, so we might have to have a thing like this. And it might be... My guess is that it's like, is cancelled here, doesn't... You might have to do it right after all the waits as well. No. No, we won't, because we'll check this here. If currently spawning is larger than 0, or while await process frame. See if that works. Now it's like spawning that thing, and we're gonna do like this. That's still super broke. It is annoying to keep track of like multiple restarts within the same kind of thing. Because what happens if we like restart while it's already restarting, or something like, there's no way to like cancel a thing running, like this doesn't return anything. You can't cancel it. So one idea I'm having is like, what if we have an object that contains this,
wondering if maybe we should reschedule until after
that we create a
Christmas?
new one
But
every time. So the state is kind of
once we're
encapsulated
done
in
and out
this
there, I'll just the song
thing.
will be a lot lower. Than
Something like
what I'm used to. Yeah, wow.
level spawner, and then we'll
Um,
just like
But I don't know.
it'll
Maybe it'll
not be a
work out.
node even. It will just be
It's
like
just
a
a little-
reference thing, and then
My vocal cords are
we
just
will
a-
then we
my-
can have that
my vocal cords are
as
just
the
a little
current
thick.
running, and then we cancel and delete it, and then we create a new one for the next one. It might be easier to do. Let's call this like wave spawner or something.
Chords are just
Extends. It's easier if it's a node because then it lives in a scene. Sure.
just a little heavy. Chords are just a little heavy. What I'm used to. Yeah, wow. Oof. But I don't know. Maybe it'll.
And then we'll have function
It's just a little. My vocal cords are just a little thick.
cancel.
They're a little heavy right now.
We'll move all the play, and we pass in the wave, or it's called the waves. It's an array of wave info which doesn't exist outside of these. Spawn info, wave info needs now to be like let's call this wave spawner. Oh, it's nice that it's called wave spawner. Let's put this. I call it folders. Waves. I'm gonna move the wave spawner in there. Create two files. One is called the spawn info. The second one is going to be called wave info. We do it this way instead, I think. Yo, Mind Rage, what's up? I think it'll figure that out. Yeah, it seems to have done that. So now we've got a wave spawner. Has the function waves, an array of waves. Wave info. And then we'll move all the stuff we had from pre-made. We're actually playing.
From whence the rivers come. Thither they return again.
Yeah, we need the player, and we need the player position.
To the place from whence the rivers come.
But
Thither they
let's just go through this like this instead.
Thither they return again.
I think we need the player here too. Maybe spawn effect.
Unto the place from whence the rivers come.
Can we just remove this object and this will stop running? I don't think so.
Unto the place from whence the rivers come. Thither they return again.
Source is, I don't know. We've had a bunch of problems today. Are you still angry? No. So now I want to create the new wave spawner. Actually add sibling for the sake of it. And then we want to remember which the current wave spawner is. So here we want to get player into the mix like this, and then if we await this and then set current wave spawner to null, this is where I want to say, like, if current wave spawner not equals null, we want to cancel. And you know what? We can await the cancel and then clear it out. So that might make the architecture easier. Are we actually gonna have problems with this? I think this is only making things more complicated currently. We tell it to start, and then we create the wave spawner, remember it as the current wave spawner. We play, which might be cancelled. If we tell it to, if it has a wave spawner while I'm trying to play, I need to do some more checking here later. Just gonna try to run quick restart. If we are already restarting, yo, Lawrence, sup? Let's give it a try, see if it all works. We did spawn the things. We'll restart. Did spawn the things. We try to restart a bunch of times, and it's spawning many of them. Damn it! So we must be ending up in some sort of in between here. know what? This... Is this playing? Am I using that for anything? Not really. We don't need to do that. I don't think that one is needed. Spawns 1, spawns 2. It must be that it's figuring out that it's not checking out the is restarting thing properly. So we might be... We are awaiting a fade in here, that's the problem. We haven't created the wave spawner yet. We're gonna wait here instead. Because that might be the problem. Spawn a thing. Restart. Spawn a few things. It seems to be happening twice. If I like pump it, it'll do it multiple times. It's also, there's this spawn effect. Should be in the right groups. Free and clean up. Because I saw it like still be there. See there, it just like delays a bit. This thing. We wait here. Maybe. Cool. Let's make this faster. It's in. I gotta pummel this. See if we ever get like doubles or something. Doesn't seem like it. Seems fast and nice and seems to work now. Nice, nice. Ooh, I feel slightly confused by all this, but it seems to work. So this is a good way, good place to cut this. I think Alfred is on the bus. Yeah, we're getting in there, but it seems to be working. So yeah, I think I'm gonna drop you off somewhere, and I'll be back another day. Spires. Anyone still left from the Spires raid from earlier? Ooh, let's see. If you like what you saw, Wishlist the game. And yeah, we'll see each other soon. Hugs and kisses.